don't shout too loud, but that's 4 days now without any rain. Well, real rain. It's looking a bit mucky in there. I think we'll have a bit out before we put anything back in. Anyway, morning world. Welcome to Sunday, 27th of October. The month is nearly done. I don't know where October's gone. In fact, I don't know where the year's gone. Every time I say a date, it's like, oh, it's the end of the month. What happened to the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th? Right, well the spike's on, so we'll do the bales first. And we'll do the scratch out second. I think they've heard me, but I'll have to wait. Mess out, shall we? Never run through cattle. It's asking for trouble. How much of that's going to stay in there on the way there? Yeah, well, most of it. So, Footpath user was running up with his dog off a lead until he spotted me and the cattle. Then he put it back on a lead, which is kind of fair enough. And then I didn't smile at all when he struggled through the mud. I mean, I don't actually like having it mucky like that. I get no real pleasure from having mucky gateways. But yeah, I get a little bit from the difficulty ensued by people exercising their right to wander all over our land. So just a little bit. Leaving that little pile of stuff there has worked out quite well. It gives me something to push up against. Makes cleaning out a lot easier. Well, that was it. 4.5 bucketfuls. So, not terrible. If it had been wet, that would have been 6.5 bucketfuls. Right, that's that bit done. Okay. This is definitely not really good stuff. I wouldn't normally give this to my cattle, and I certainly would be less keen on giving it to them while they're inside with nothing else. So, but the problem is, if I don't use it, I've got to scrap it. So there's not only a financial implication of that, there's also a case of, well, what am I going to do with it? I mean, that's not that easy to get rid of. All you can do is take it in the middle of the field, take the wrap off, pile it up, let it get wet, let it rot. And maybe 2 years later, you could spread it on the land. But yeah, right now, the most efficient thing I can do is put it through the cattle. They'll eat and pull out what they want of it. What they don't want, they'll leave. And then what's left can go on the muck heap. Breakfast is served. All right, it's only porridge oats with no cream and no sugar, but you know, it's breakfast. They'll have 5 minutes fun destroying it, well, anyway. It's always the bottom one, isn't it? Always the bottom one. Go on. That's better. Right, I actually think they slept inside last night, so yeah. This afternoon, one of the jobs is going to be a bit of a refresh of the bed. We're just starting to get a little bit of bottom in it now, so still not going to muck any of this out. That's all staying in there. We'll let it build up, so it's, I don't know, going to be 8-9 inches deep at the bottom, and then we'll start scratching the top off. Basically, leave that bottom layer on because it acts like a cushion, and because there's a little bit of decay in it, it will create a bit of warmth as well, so it just makes them a nicer winter bed. As long as I keep the top layer dry and clean, they're more than happy. Holly had an early start today. She's been in the kitchen for, what's the time now? Oh, a couple of hours at least. Wasn't convincing at all, was it? Right, well, my arse is singing a little bit. Not for any wrong reason, by the way. It's because it spent the last 2.5 hours sitting on my ride-on mower. That's how long it takes to cut the lawn here, the little bit of orchard down there. I only did one bit of the footpath because I can't actually get to the rest of it, it's too mucky. The common, and the little wooded area out in there where if you go on Google Maps and look down on the farm, you'll see out in our little tree area there's a path cut around that. It takes a little while to cut that. It's one of those things where I very, very rarely walk out there, but it's just nice. If I want to, I can. Besides that, when we've had events here, we've used that for, you know, hunt the thing or find the doodah, or, you know, the kids love it out there. So, and a little bit of the golf course, a little bit of the campsite. So I'm not cut the middle of the campsite, can't see the point, and I think Well, if I get time this year, it is planned, or was planned, is planned. I want to put a couple of drain pipes across the campsite. It gets very wet very fast out there. I know where the wet's coming from and I know where I can take it to, but it does mean digging some trenches across my really nice, I mean, I've had one or two people come in and say, you know, your campsite's nicer than my lawn. And we have got it nice out there, but if I want to get the waterway, I've got to dig it up. Also, I've got to dig up from my manhole cover down there. I've got to dig another trench from there right across my lawn, up the other side of Audrey's wall, and then up there. Because Mrs. P wants to do her B&B caravan. So I said, you can't put the caravan in. I've got to put the services in first, and it might be a couple of years before I get the caravan. It might be a year before I get the services in. So yeah, so that's a trench across the lawn, and now we've got it all nice and tidy. Those of you that have been with me for a while will know that it wasn't that long ago when all this was dug up, when we put the new sewer system in down there. It's tidy again, and I've got to make it messy again. And then finally, another trench, if I could afford the pipe, from our wet spot out in the field out there. Remember I looked at it the other day? I need to see if I can pick up, there's a 6-inch pipe somewhere down by that goose down there. I don't know if the camera can see him or her. But I can see if I can find, well, I know where I'm going to find the break because I know where it is. If I can find that other pipe, providing it is going downhill at enough of a fall, I might see if I could just join that bit for the time being, for this year. If I can't, or if there's not enough fall or it's going uphill, then it might be a case of digging a trench from that wet patch all the way down to the ditch between the ash and the field maple, probably nearer the field maple actually, and putting another drain in there. So yeah, all digging is currently on hold because we haven't got Donald the dumper. That's my excuse for not starting it. Laurie has gone off with my hydraulic control valve. He's going to try and fix that for me. He thinks it's just O-rings and isn't too much of a job. If that's the case, yeah, if we've got nothing else to do, if I can't find anything else to do and I've got the dumper working and my digger's okay, then I'm going to dig up my back lawn and dig up the campsite and dig up the avenue. Just going to do a lot of digging. I might have to find a volunteer digger driver to come do some digging because there's a lot of digging. So, and a lot of pipe. Anyway, that's all the things I'd like to do. All the list of things. I got 3 or 4 lists of other things I'd like to do as well. In fact, there are lists of things I'd like to do here and at Tether Farm. We got stuff over there we need to get done as well. Got a few irons in the pot over there on the stuff we want to do. You'll find out eventually. And yeah, right now I'm going to go and sit my arse in my comfy chair, and even though the sun's shining, it's lovely outside. Actually, I might sit in that chair for 10 minutes first and just fuss the dogs because they would like a bit. Hang on, here you go. Yeah, fuss the dogs. So I can do that, I can multitask, I can fuss the dogs when I'm talking. I'm just going to go and sit down inside or here on something that's not loud and not vibrating up through my arse. So I'll watch the cattle playing down on the golf course. No, they're not chasing a rambler. I think they're just chasing around each other. So there you go. Right, so this afternoon I'm going to do my live at 4 o'clock. I think it's members today. And I'm going to do something a bit different. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to use my phone. What darling? I'm going to use my phone and I'm going to go for a walk around the farm. And I'm going to take folks with me for a walk around the farm, those that are interested. And we'll chat about whatever we come across or whatever comes up, or if somebody asks a question I can answer, we'll chat about that. Won't we? I might even let you come in. The only thing is I want to go into the reserve and you're going to go in there bunny rabbiting and looking for deer, aren't you? You've got a thing for muntjac, you have. You seem to be able to find them anywhere. So Oh, here we go. We've got a bunch of ramblers coming up through now. So I might just sit here for a bit longer and watch them come through the muddy gate. Just because I can. So, right, on that note, I will catch you guys later on. What? Useless guard dog. I can see them. Can't you see what? 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 of them. Bright yellow jackets, red jackets, and you can't see that? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Maybe even 7. All right.